Yeah, I feel like you're creating something new here that's very creative. And for some of you, this is about a love offer, which the Knight of Cups tends to be. This card is also a very Scorpio representation, and I was thinking how the only king we didn't have here so far is the King of Cups, which represents Scorpio typically. It can also roll Cancer or Pisces. And then we pull the Ten of Wands. I was talking about earlier, but it's in a different group here. So, like, I feel like some of you have closed out some kind of burden. You put some kind of burden down, or you've just come through something, and perhaps it helped you see how you can be more creative in the way you manifest in your world, and things that were possibly this is something that you were walking away from, as we had the Eight of Cups underneath the King of Wands here, as to something you realized. See here? Yeah, Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay, now we have 3 of 4 aces. This is so cool, y'all. Like, if we pull, oh wow. Okay, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but that's so cool. This is this is strong new energy. Wow. Ace of Cups is a blessing of divine love, either with yourself, self-love. It's from spirit, or it could be somebody else. And we were talking about giving your cup of love to something. And again, that could be a project. It could be a group. It could be a family. It could be a person. It could be yourself. It could be with spirit. But it seems like I put the Ace of Cups over the Eight of Cups here. So it's like perhaps you've just decided to walk away from anything that was burdensome and did not fill your cup. And you poured back into yourself. If so, good job. Good job. I've been through the self-love journey myself. That was redundant. And yeah, it can take a while for some people to figure that out. But it seems like you figured it out. For those of you that this is about love for yourself, what does Spirit want to tell you about this new beginning in love, which is also a hot new beginning with the Ace of Wands. And it's an honest one. It's an integral one with the Ace of Swords. Spirit's giving a lot of support to this energy or this group or this union, or to you, whoever you are. Feel free to tell me who you are in the comments and like this video if it's resonating. 10 of Cups. Are you kidding me? Ugh! Sorry for those of you that have sound sensitivities. I just get so excited sometimes. I can be a little kid sometimes. Ace of Cups to the 10 of Cups. Are you kidding me? Wow. You can have it all, whoever you are. By walking away from whatever was burdensome before, you're ready to give your cup to whatever you choose. And you are totally fulfilled within yourself. You've even accomplished some kind of wish fulfillment within yourself in order to receive the 10 of Cups. And for those of you that this is about a union, this is also like the ultimate love, okay? This could be the love of your life. Now again, timelines are always changing, so like keep that in mind. I'm not predicting any outcomes here for anybody. I don't know your personal situation. So I don't know what timeline you're on either. This could be something that has recently come into your life, or that is coming into your life, or has come into your life, and you just needed validation on it. So please apply it. And if you feel like, apply it how it works. If you feel like there's a lot of chaos and stress and unhappiness and drama and like burdens, right? This is not for you. This is for a select few, okay? If you haven't put down your burdens and you haven't walked away from karmic unhealed people in whatever facet of the life that you want to live, that is your 10 of Cups, then you're still learning how to give your cup of love to those that are not quite here, but they hope to find it. What can we give these people? 7 of Cups. Well, first of all, I feel like for some of you, you need to know that you do have options. And I personally, and I don't try to project my own energy into this. Mostly everything is channeled from source, but my opinion about options is that it's disrespectful. That there is certain times in our lives that we have those, and that's cool. I mean, that's part of the growth of the self, right? And other people prefer to just live that way, and I'm not judging people like that. I'm just saying that if you want a monogamous, serious union, then having options can be extremely disrespectful. Just think about how that would make you feel. It's also telling other people that you yourself are in the energy of being an option. For this kind of love, you want to be the choice. So perhaps that's what Spirit is telling you, is make yourself the choice. For some of you, you need to cut out options and focus in on your self-care, self-love, or you need to start thinking about what it is that you want to give your couple love to. Wow, not the devil, tell you that much. No, 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 not toxic, unhealed people, not temptations, and like, yeah, for some people here, this is Spirit's kind of calling you out a little, and I'm a very direct reader. I don't tend to sugarcoat things, but I do try to be compassionate and loving because I am an empath. I am a sensitive soul myself. I understand, but sometimes Spirit can be a little harsh through me. So the devil is everything you don't want. It could also represent you. If you are struggling with any addictions or unhealed patterns yourself, or you feel like a burden yourself, then definitely look at healing and working on your emotions. For those of you that eventually want this kind of solid love, this kind of union, then you know that this energy, which is kind of the Prince of Wands down here, this energy is kind of a selfish energy. It's like, it's the less evolved version of the King of Wands up here. So for some of you, you're aspiring to be the King of Wands, but you're still about the quest. You're not quite emotionally mature enough, and perhaps that's something you can look at as to how you can be more mature. Nine of Pentacles, by becoming more stable and independent, but not in a, some people, I hope nobody comes for me, but whatever, you know, I can take it. Look, if you're a runner, if you are an avoidant, running from people to keep no strings attached does not make you independent. It actually makes you extremely dependent on the opinions of others, because typically people who run from things, especially their emotions or people, have, and this is me speaking as an advocate trying to spread more information, typically have abandonment wounds. So they tend to ghost people before they can be ghosted, or they tend to keep their options open because they're terrified of somebody letting them down. These are things that you can work with in your shadow work. I am a spiritual guide, so I'm going to give you up front. I'm not just going to criticize people who act like this. I'm actually going to try to give you some useful information here. If you don't like it, I mean, thank you for hanging out thus far, and I wish you the best of luck on your quest, which you are currently mastering. So go you. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you are working on this. Good job. Good job for doing the work. You're learning to be a master here. You're learning to become this King of Wands. So for some of you, this is a graduation that you are going through right now. What advice can Spirit give to the Prince of Wands energy here, who some of you know very well your shadow. Some of you, as this Eight of Pentacles says, has done the work. So you're earning it. And that's good. That's good. Accountability is very important if you want to be a king or an emperor. You have to master that. And Spirit says, wow, Queen of Cups. Ooh, it's got chills. We just had a graduation in emotions here with the Princess of Cups to the Queen of Cups. That's actually skipping 2 steps ahead. So whatever I just said may have helped somebody who is more emotionally evolved or become more emotionally evolved. I hope so, because that was the intention. Queen of Cups is about unconditional love. I mean, speaking about unconditional love and the ultimate union, it's interesting, she's the counterpart to the King of Cups, which we were talking about earlier, the one king that wasn't on the table. So for some of you, you are learning to master your emotions, to use your wise mind, not just your analytical mind, but to be able to combine the intellectualism with the emotional intelligence. And that's where you're at. Spirit's telling you keep going, because you're very loving and nurturing, or you're becoming that person, and that will attract a higher level commitment. Perhaps some of you have kind of softened into this more loving type. Perhaps some of you grew tired of the quest, so to speak, if this has to do with love. Wow, Six of Wands. This is victory and success and public recognition, which, I mean, I did just recognize some of you for your good behavior. So yeah, Spirit is also telling you that if you do represent this change, congratulations. You're doing a great job, and you are seen for it. People are noticing the changes you are making, and they are very proud of you. If no one else, Spirit is proud of you. And if you... Spirit is everyone. It's every divine. It's any faith. It's whoever you go to. And if you are not a spiritual person, but you're here, well, thank you for your fascination and open mind. This could just be in your community. It could be with your friends. It could be with your coworkers. Perhaps they see that you're not as flighty or fiery. We do have both knights here, the air and fire, which are both action knights. Queen of Swords. Some of you don't like what I'm talking about, and that's cool, because Queen of Swords on top of that next to the Seven of Wands. Some of you are very guarded and protective about your emotions. So some of you aren't quite making this change, but that's all right. Everybody has their own different stage in the journey. And some of you have been hurt so much that you might want to put your guard down a little if you're looking for love. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, for some of you this is a karmic lesson, and for some of you, you have turned the wheel and are in a new huge fortunate cycle because of the work you did on yourself. By the way, we now have 3 out of 4 queens. Wow! I have so many chills right now. This is so powerful, y'all. Like 3 kings, 3 queens, and 3 aces. 333. That could be significant. Actually, I had a crazy synchronicity happen to me earlier today, and I want to share, because this stuff happens to me all the time, but I don't really talk about it. It's a lot of people who are more spiritual experience it, but people who are psychic mediums tend to experience these things more rapidly. But this was one of the most fun ones I've experienced. So sometimes I'll watch a reading after I do my morning meditations just to get a message from Spirit. And as I was watching the video, the reader pulls the 333 Oracle card. And at the same time, I looked at my phone and it was 333, right? And then I was going through pictures on my phone trying to clear up some clutter, and one of the images had 333 on it at the exact same time. So I feel like that might have been a download. Look up 333 as an angel number. Thimble. That's weird. Mercury interference. Okay, that might be significant to some, or it may just be Spirit mixing up my words. Or Mercury. Anyways, yeah, so look up 333. I might actually put that in the title because it feels really significant. And 3s are about divine protection. They're about integration, mind, body, soul. The different stages of life, you know, beginning, middle, and end. We were talking about transformations. We were talking about community. We were talking about Pluto and Aquarius. And for those of you that are in a group dynamic, it seems that You are learning how to go through these different stages, and the steps you are taking are divinely guided and protected. And that number adds up to a 9, right? So 9 is a number of graduation. Especially with the Wheel of Fortune here, some of you have graduated into a new beginning. Also, whatever you're working on, whether it's this personal development with your emotions and your feelings, or being more feminine and receptive, or it's this group dynamic, or being a better communicator, or whatever else that you can apply that may have presented itself in this reading, it's going to be fortuitous. Whatever you're doing, keep working on it, okay? For some of you, it's leading to you being this stable King of Pentacles. It could be something you're mastering right now. I think I mentioned 22, one of the numbers of mastery coming up earlier, or 22. Spirit, what can you tell us about for those that are trying to master to become this King of Pentacles? Sorry for my language. I'm trying not to. I just pulled the final ace. The Ace of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? Wow. Oh, wow. I have so many goosebumps right now. Wow. This is so powerful. Oh, are you all excited as I am? Like, this is huge. This is really cool. Ace of Pentacles on top of the King of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? This is a gift from Spirit. You mastering this stability within yourself in this new cycle is bringing you the gift from Spirit that is going to be extremely fortuitous. For some of you, it is a huge financial windfall. Again, different timelines, just like with the love thing. You can make different choices and end up on a different timeline. So for those of you that are continuing to do the work, whatever the work is for you, you're headed for this. And not only are you headed for this huge success in the material, and this again could be like this new consistency you've developed, or you're developing within yourself to become the King of Pentacles, has provided this opportunity of wealth. And again, wealth doesn't have to be money. Energy is something that we give that is extremely valuable, right? Time is something that we give. We share experiences with others. Our physical presence being certain places, it creates an energetic exchange. So this could be like something that you have grounded. We were talking about grounding your plans into reality. So if you are somebody who has been strategizing and now you're in receiving mode, you're about to receive. So do not close your heart. We had the Queen of Cups. I would love it if we pulled the King of Cups. That would just almost complete this for me. My goodness. And I just saw the sun as I was shuffling, and I just saw it again. And a third time. Are you kidding? Okay, the sun card wants to come out 4 times. No way. This is joy. Like, no, it's really happening. Whatever this is that you have coming in, this is so big. This is so big. You're going to be so happy. You're going to shine. Wow. The World card. Are you kidding me? This is the most fun, mind-blowing reading, and I swear I'm going to have, like, permanent goosebumps now. The World, this is huge. Closing of old cycles and timelines and old ways of being. For some of you, this is about being seen on a global scale, depending on what you're working on, especially if it's some form of business and you already have a status. Whatever you're working on, keep in mind the retrograde, but after Mercury retrograde, again, timeless message, so it applied how it fits. Launch it. Do it. You're ready. You're ready. You have all aces here. You are ready. This is the World. This is going to blow your mind how powerful this is. For some of you, you are working on some kind of concept that is going to change the world. Good job. Thank you for your contribution. And again, if you're not some higher level heavy hitter, though the cards do kind of show that, or whatever you're working on, this is like what you're going to feel within yourself for the work you've done on yourself. This is going to change your life. And this is going to impact others around you. It's going to be felt and seen. You've already got the Six of Wands, which is the card of success. You are success, baby. You are success. Don't you doubt it for a second. And even if it's these other characters over here who are learning how to not run away from their life, you are a success. For even considering putting in the work, it's worth it. It's going to change your life, and you're going to love it. You're going to hate it while it's first happening. Change is not easy, but the more comfortable you become with change, the more adaptable you become. And, you know, the true key to survival is resilience and adaptability. Those are the people that make it through anything. And you don't have to fight so hard. We do have the Seven of Wands, so Spirit's also fighting for you. Remember that Pentacles don't just represent the material, they represent spirit, co-creation. Spirit is co-creating with some of you. Well, Spirit is co-creating with all of us, but not everyone has accepted that or chosen that. So, apply it how it fits. I just kind of want to leave the reading here. Like, this is phenomenal. Wow. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to say here. Let's see if Spirit has anything else to say for this group, because I may actually do an oracle reading or something and cut this a little bit shorter than I typically do, which is still long form, but you know, I usually go 1 hour 40 minutes to 2 hours. So let's see. The Tower. Wow. Yeah, this is gonna change your life. This is a good tower. Wow. And well, for some of you, the Tower is happening now, but it's going to lead to this good. So for some of you that are struggling, that are having a hard time, the Tower is like unexpected change and chaos. What I said earlier about being adaptable, definitely do what you can to cope, to keep your balance during this rocky ground, and trust that it's all working out for you. If you keep doing the work and you keep focusing on what you're passionate about, what you want to give your cup of love to, you're going to be wildly successful in whatever that success means to you. Because again, success represents different things. I think people who show up every day and do the work on themselves, that impacts everyone outside of them. Because again, as within, so without, right? So whatever we represent on the inside is the environment outside of us. And when as the collective, if every single one of us chose to be our own visionary, to be our own leader, like the King of Wands here, to be empowered in this creative magnetism within ourselves, so outside of us we can create, we can blend multifaceted experiences in the world, in this beautiful new beginning, this new cycle. We can look at everything that's crumbling around us. We can look at all the terrible things going on in the world and let it ruin us. Or we can start with ourselves and change within, and then watch the people around us change without. And that's not saying that people are not okay as they are. Some people come into this life already having cleared that kind of karma, and it's not their life mission, or whatever you want to call it, destiny, to go on a self-discovery journey or improve themselves. Also, there's some people who tend to get addicted to the work of improving themselves and continue on that for the rest of their lives. But the thing is if we create our own reality, whatever we invest in is going to be what we create, good or bad or neutral. So if doing the work is what you're passionate about, which I do think is good, you must remember there's also balance to keep yourself grounded, right? That even doing something positive too much can have a negative consequence. For example, if you're so self-focused that you can't see new blessings and opportunities coming into your world, then you tend to kind of ostracize yourself. And anybody who's had a traumatic experience can tell you that it's a lot easier to insulate yourself from the world than be a part of it, right? And it's great because, you know, it's like it's great because when you do the work on yourself, you can get yourself through any experience. And if you're fortunate enough, you discover spirit. You discover what you deserve with spirit. You can co-create, and your life has more meaning and value to it. Whatever faith you may have. I want to use the, I feel like I'm channeling a message there from spirit. I want to pull a few cards from my new deck with the Ethereal Visions Tarot. I have not done a reading with this deck yet. I consecrated it and blessed it with the previous full moon in Capricorn for the collective. Let's see what we have here. Page of Cups and the Five of Wands. That is 2 pages of cups we have here in competition, and then the 3 of Cups. Some of you have multiple avenues of creativity and you're trying to figure out which direction to take it with, what you should invest in and grow and celebrate with. Others of you, if you are receiving love from somebody, because, you know, we were talking about somebody wants to offer their cup of love, and again, it could be to any project. It doesn't have to be a person. But for some of you, there is more than one person that wants to offer you something, and they're very competitive, and it's creating kind of a third-party situation. That's not for all. I kind of feel like this is connected to the Prince of Wands energy. Perhaps you're in competition with somebody else and you don't like being in a third party situation. You don't like feeling like an option yourself. Perhaps some of you, this is part of your new karmic cycle, that you had to learn that lesson, how it feels to be the third party, not the primary. 2 of Wands again. That's the second time we got the 2 of Wands. Now that's 2, 2, 2. We have a lot of double cards. For some of you, this isn't going to hit for everyone, but for some of you, you are mirroring somebody, and that's your confirmation. I feel like that has to do with divine union. Yeah, because this is about picking it's a fork in the road. It's deciding what you want to fight for. For some of you, you don't want to be in a competition with anybody else. And for some of you, you thrive off of it. Kind of want to, I don't know who this person represents in the spread. It's kind of a separate energy. The 2 of Cups. Are you kidding me? Jeez. That's the second. Didn't we get that earlier? Yeah, I think we did. I think we were talking about the 2 of Cups being like the ultimate divine union. And we've got the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Cups. And that's also 2, 2, 2, 2, another synchronicity. Or that adds up to an 8. Infinity, blessings, abundance. Oh yeah, let me know if you are planning on observing the Lionsgate portal on 8/8. I talked a little bit about it in my last month, which is this month, July Astro Highlights. I'll probably mention it again in August. That'll be coming out in the next week or so. Yeah, so for whoever is receiving this love, this offer, you do represent the 2 of Cups. You do represent the ultimate divine partner. You're definitely worth fighting over because you've done the work and you have a lot to offer yourself. You're also in union with yourself, or also in union with spirit, right?